Call of Duty is all about guns, bullets, and action. But here's the thing. I'm a little man and I'm super weak. So I can't use these big, beefy guns. They're way too heavy for me. So we're going to see if we can complete Modern Warfare 3 without shooting a single bullet. Well, let's talk about the rules of this run before we start it. No shooting of actual bullets is allowed. Equipment is okay though, for things like smoke grenades and C4, etc. Drones are allowed, but I'm not allowed to shoot with them if they have guns on them. Essentially, I'm not allowed to press R2 on the PS5 controller, with one exception to this rule. Any stages which fully require the use of aerial vehicles, like in previous titles where you have to provide cover fire with a gunship of some sort. Now, a few things to note. I'm writing this script as I go, so I don't know if this is possible or not, or what we're going to run into, as this will also be my first time playing the campaign. Now, buckle up, grab your popcorn, and prepare for me to die 600 times. While you're getting comfy though, go ahead and drop a comment on your predictions about if I can complete the game or not. Also, drop a like because it helps tremendously, and I also hear that if you don't like the video, a kitten dies. So, save the kittens, people. Now, Mission 1, Operation 627 starts off simply. We don't need to really do anything and just walk along, letting our teammates take out the two enemy soldiers up top until we get to the main square area. Once the explosive goes off, we just sprint to the tunnel entrance and begin the animation to open it, which makes us immune to damage, and we advance on. During the repel section, you want to start off slowly and let your teammates take out the guards for us one floor at a time. Once we get 2 to 3 floors down, we can then just descend all the way and head into the next room, where we get ambushed by 2 soldiers, thrown out behind the bottom of the fence, and wait for the teammates to come and save you. Once you get to the locker room, throw a smoke grenade to where the enemies are and just sprint straight for the elevator to trigger the next cutscene and advance on. Now we're back out into the open with tons of soldiers, big machine gunners, and lots of explosions. The way to tackle this is a mad sprint straight through the middle of them all. Then, once we turn the corner, I go around on the right hand side using the destroyed truck for cover, and after this we just have to run and jump off of a cliff. So, Mission 2, Precious Cargo, a stealth mission, which we're absolutely not going to be stealthy. I start off by sprinting along the right-hand side into the building to grab the manifesto, which takes a few attempts because I was blind and couldn't find it. I do grab some armor plates in here, but they're mostly ruined by time I actually grab the manifesto, but more importantly, I grab the second chance self-revive on the ground floor. Once we have that, it's a sprint over to the ship for the GPS trackers. On the way though, I pop into one of the buildings to pick up another armor plate, and then carry on to the ship. Once I'm there, I try running up the stairs on the right hand side, get blocked by a totally inconsiderate guard, and then run around to the other side and get in that way. Then we grab the trackers and get out. Next, we need to plant them on 2 containers, one of which is right next to the ship, which is easy enough, other than the guards blocking the stairs, which I have to jump over and around them. Then I parachute off the tower and sprint towards the second box. I did end up going down once I got to it, but I had the second chance item from near the manifesto, and so I was able to revive myself, apply some more armor plates, and then place the final tracker to complete the mission. On Mission 3, Reactor, I parachute to the left of the first helicopter and open the supply drop and die, so I can change my loadout to start with C4 to destroy the first chopper, and then run away like a little chicken. Then I steal a truck and rush to the second helicopter, destroying that as well. Next, make my way to the building near the third helicopter to grab more C4 to take out the last one with. Once the 3 choppers are destroyed, I head over to the reactor and pick up grenades inside there. Then I just run around like a headless chicken until my teammates save my sorry ass. I did, however, have to manhandle 2 guards, but I only knocked them out. I promise, they are fine. What's a little sarin gas gonna do to them anyway? Now, mission 4. Payload, where we start off by tagging everything to help us navigate a little easier, and then start by getting spotted instantly and running around like a headless chicken. By the time I find the captain, punch him in the face, and steal his keycard, I'm almost dead. I managed to get a few inches away from the bunker door before finally dying, so I just attempt the headless chicken strategy a few more times and eventually make it inside. We eventually meet up with Farah, and at the start of this section, we have to rely on flashes, punching people, and grenades to get through since she doesn't want to shoot people. Now, we managed to get outside where we need to close a bunker after punching everybody in the area in the face, or by blowing them up with grenades. Either way works. Blast doors get closed and missiles still launch anyway, so it's on to mission 5, deep cover. It starts okay until we have to get a keycard and I get spotted instantly and murdered. Attempt 2 goes better though, as I throw my throwing knives much quicker this time and take them out before the alarm gets raised. Then somebody has a really hot curry and farts some toxic gas before we run out and get away. A nice, quick, simple mission. So, mission 6 next, passenger, where we're part of a plane jacking and our butts get handed to us and then turned into a human bomb. Mission over. You know, I really hope a few more missions are going to be like these last 2. This was pretty easy. Anywho, mission 7, crash site, is up next. Another stealth mission, and I actually try to be stealthy here, sneaking around the left hand side, taking out soldiers with my throwing knives. Eventually though, I get spotted, and so I decide to do the ultimate tactic ever. I merge Rambo and headless chicken playstyle and just run around finding the phones to hack. I do sadly run out of throwing knives as I lost track of where they landed, but I eventually sabotage the plane's black box, and shortly after this, Alex, my teammate, is found and killed, giving me a game over. Once I respawn at the black box though, the alert is no longer in effect, allowing me to just easily leave the building and sprint to Alex, where 3 throwing knives take out the soldiers, and we can drive away like nothing ever happened. So Flashpoint is next for mission 8, and this one is super annoying because of all the civilians here, making it much harder for me to use my equipment, as using grenades and stuff on regular civilians is frowned upon, I guess. So I Leroy Jenkins into them, punch them in the face a few times, stab a few in the chest, before I run into a big group of them and die. For attempt 2, I say nope and run along the right side through the clothes shop and just mad rush up the stairs, taking 2 guys out and then waiting for my health to refill before moving on. We get to the VIP lounge with some very obvious Russian paramedics who I just let Price take out. Then it's quite simple really, we just keep shoving Makarov around and eventually have to fight a few groups of soldiers that we just circle around, punch them in the face and use a few flashbangs and grenades before the mission is done. Mission 9 is another open style mission called Oligarch. I tried going into a cave on the left side before finding out it's a dead end, back out and up the cliff we go on the left side. I start slowly making my way up before murdering a fence in glorious style with my throwing knife, completely losing it in the process. 3 more murders later and one of my knives vanishes as well. So now I'm down to just 2 left. Carry on sneaking around at the top before I realize my objective is actually moving, so I turn around and nail the guy with a throwing knife before picking a fist fight with the wrong guy. I win, but I'm not about to fight the second guy, so we're back to the headless chicken strategy. I run back, open the bunker doors, punch 3 people in the face, and start using my armor. Then I camp the door, taking the guards out as they come in, before I say screw it and just sprint off to my next objective, the house. And this gets annoying, because I make it to where I need to go after nearly dying countless times. I then die right before the objective. Attempt 2 goes better. I make it to the objective and sit there for 5 minutes, waiting for the others to cut the power. Turns out I actually need to kill everybody in here, and so begins my murdering with throwing knives. I probably should have just done this on the way in, to be honest. So next is mission 10, Highrise, and I don't like this stage. It's a freaking maze and I got lost a lot. Eventually I make my way to the roof, and this is the part I don't like. Easily one of the hardest points this entire run. I tried grenades and had no luck. I tried throwing knives and had no luck. I tried going left and right with no luck. In the end, I went with throwing knives and just let Price kill everybody. It took freaking forever though. The next step was super simple though. We just have to run around camping the helicopter spawns with the soldiers as they come out, before we run away and leave the area via a rope and a jet. So, on to mission 11, Frozen Tundra. Also, now might be a good time to mention, I hate the cold with a passion. It also doesn't help this stage has by far the hardest section in the game so far, for this rule set anyway, but that's later on. So, we blow up the ice, rescue the damsel in distress, and start making our way through the snow. There's a sniper kidding out there with thermal resistant clothes, but he sucks at playing hide and seek. Kind of like the Twitter link in my description, which you guys should absolutely go click and drop a follow. Same with my other social medias on Linktree. If you're still here, right? I think I've earned that, yeah? Anyway, that sniper we murder with a takedown. Then some guards decide they like my truck, so I avoid them and run to the left, aiming for the waymark, before another sniper spots me and eventually I get murdered. New plan. I run around the right hand side and murder everybody before dying once again to a sniper. So, attempt 3. Everybody dies, including the last sniper. Then it's just a sprint to the next area where we fight half an army. I take the first few out with melee and the last half with grenades, while the squad takes out the rest. Also, just saying, my ammo doesn't go down during the takedowns and therefore doesn't violate our no shooting rule. Feel free to argue against it though in the comments. Once everybody in the open goes down, we get to the hardest point so far, the frozen boatyard. There is literally an army here, and I tried running every direction. I tried swimming, I tried praying to Satan, and while I feel kind of soulless right now, none of it worked. Eventually though, I managed it by running along the right hand side, throwing flash grenades. Once we got to the boat, it was easy, just let the squad take care of everything until the rescue chopper gets here. Then it's mission 12, Gora Dam, another open style stage. I start off stealthy and defuse the bomb pretty much right below the starting point to the right, and then on my way out I get spotted. So Headless Chicken Rambo comes back out to play, where I run past the world's dumbest guard and start sneaking around trying to get to the next bomb in one piece before jumping off the side. For the second bomb, I look around everywhere for it because I'm completely freaking blind, and I miss it the first time on the walkway. So, one ladder climb later, and that's defused as well. Another mad sprint and a swimming session to the next bomb located underwater, where that gets defused. And then it's time for the last bomb, which also gets taken care of. I dive into the water and head to the evac point, but leave too soon and die a painful death. On the second attempt though, I just wait for the chopper to murder everybody before running out and jumping in. And so, we're on to mission 13, Danger Close. Now, given our rule set, this mission is technically allowed since we're controlling the gunship, and we have to actually blow things up to progress. If you want to be specific though, then technically, the challenge run fails here, because we do have to use the ship's guns. I did try and just leave it to see if the ground troops could actually do the mission without me, but they can't. So, I'll let you decide down below in the comments if this counts as a challenge failure or if we should allow it. Either way, I continue on anyway for shits and giggles, and we get to mission 14, Trojan Horse. A pretty simple mission where we just have to keep track of a hacker and some random guy for half the stage. Then it's just a case of running through, punching people in the face, blowing stuff up, and waiting for my teammates to murder everybody. Look, I might be a soldier, okay? But I'm also a freaking lazy soldier and have way too many concussions from all of these fistfights. So if I can let somebody else do the work for me, then I will. And then, right at the end of the stage, I die. Luckily enough, there was a checkpoint, so I run back up, punch some guy in the shins, and again, let the squad take everybody out and finish the stage for me. And now we're on to mission 15, Countdown. I swear there's a boring TV show with the same name, and the stage doesn't even have a countdown timer. False advertising. So, we can technically try and be stealthy here, but I don't like that and prefer grenades and squad mates. I do kind of accidentally murder a civilian with a grenade, but it's fine, right? Well, no, because I did it again the second time after thinking the civilians were already dead. Turns out one survived. At least until I killed him. Attempt 3, I wait even longer, throw a flash, and then just go punch people in the face. Then we have a mob rush. I throw all my grenades and flashbangs to take out most of them, and run back to pick more up. Take a few more guards out before I decide to just run all the way through, and let my squad handle things. I punch a few more people, but then we have 2 juggernauts to deal with, and I have no grenades left. So I run around, get behind cover, and let the squad take care of them for me, throwing some flashes out to stun them so my squad can get a few easy shots in. During this point, I run around looking for more grenades, find a few flashes, go back, punch a jug a few times, and end up dying. Second attempt goes the same way, except for the fact I got ran over by a train. Look, I didn't hear it, okay? On the third attempt, we finally get it, even if it took freaking forever for the jugs to die. I swear I'm playing with stormtroopers instead of special forces. And we move on to the bomb. People get punched, we do the first disarm of the bomb, and then get ambushed. Couple of grenades later, and a few words with my fist, and we can go back to disarming the bomb. Soap gets nailed in the head, Makarov gets away, and we disarm the bomb. And with that, we're finished! Now we get to enjoy the terrible ending to a terrible campaign. Seriously, worst story ever, especially the way it ended. Clearly, they're setting up for Modern Warfare 4. So, to answer the question, can you complete Modern Warfare 3 without shooting a gun? Well, yes, if you don't count having to fire missiles with a giant gunship in the sky. If you do count that, then no, you can't. But still, I have a question for everybody watching right now. What challenge should I do next? And while you're commenting your answer, make sure you hit subscribe and like the video while you're down there. I do these crazy and pointless challenge runs every week. Also, drop me a follow on my socials and my Twitch, or even join the Discord server. Everything is linked in the description and on my Linktree. Likewise, feel free to head over to Patreon for some awesome benefits like early access to these videos, or consider grabbing some merch from primalstore.net. As always though, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.